All right, we're here at the Bitcoin Investor Conference in New York City. Cathie, we didn't plan to talk to you. You just got off stage. Thank you for joining Yahoo Finance. We always appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I enjoyed what you were saying on stage, but before we even get into some of that, you were early on Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. What's next?
Well, we feel we're early on the convergence among technologies idea. And the idea that the 5 major innovation platforms around which Ark created our company, so robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology broadly, and multi-omic sequencing in the life science space, those 5 platforms involve 15 technologies, and they are converging and creating really explosive growth opportunities powered by AI. Now, AI is accelerating the rate of change of everything. And everyone, one of our mantras is get on the right side of change. And we give our research away because we want people to understand how their lives are going to change, how their children, their grandchildren, how their lives are going, how their grandparents' lives are going to change with autonomous mobility, right? So just trying to help people understand that. And then when we say powered by AI, we're going to have both from a personal point of view and a professional point of view, agents working for us, digital agents, right? This is AI at work. And as we do, they need the wherewithal to facilitate transactions, and some of them are going to be microtransactions. Guess what's going to be involved? Crypto assets of all shapes and forms. So we think Bitcoin has a very special place in the crypto asset world, and is going to be where most of the value in the crypto asset ecosystem is going to be derived. But we think that there are going to be other ways with smart contracts, so based on Ethereum and Solana, to enable some of these agents to get our work done, get our shopping done, taking the drudgery out of life.
Nobody wants to shop for their own clothes, right?
No. I hate it.
No.
I really do hate it. People don't believe that I hate shopping, but I hate it.
I'm listening to hear you talk about how agents might power currencies and various other assets. Do you just ignore the moves in Bitcoin? I mean, we're seeing Bitcoin 27% off the highs. Does it matter to you?
We keep our eye on the prize. We have a 5-year investment time horizon. And if you look at the 3-year rolling average of Bitcoin's price movements, Bitcoin's appreciation, it has always been up on a year-to-year basis. So you take 3 years, average them, and then you're into the next year, you average the last 3. That has been going up every year. It has not gone down once. So, and if you look at some of the more traditional financial indicators, Sharpe ratios, Sortino.
Taking me back to my CFA books.
There you go.
With the Sharpe ratios.
You'll see what a fabulous asset it has been over time. And really, most people are still, maybe not at this conference, but most people in the traditional financial world are extremely underweight in not only this technology and asset space, but also underweight our other technologies. Why? Because we live in a world, especially since the tech and telecom bust in 2000, and even more so 2008, 2009, where people are scared to invest. They want someone to hold their hand, and that hand holding is called either passive investing or benchmark sensitive investing. And so those benchmarks typically don't hold our names. We're looking to the future, not to the past. Because if you look at the indexes, those companies at the top, the so-called Mag 6,
yes,
They are there because of the incredible success they have had in the past. But some of these new technologies are going to be very disruptive to them. Just look at how Apple is struggling to figure out a way through the AI maze. We've been watching them for years on the autonomous mobility space. What is the ultimate mobile device? An autonomous vehicle. That should have been Apple's.
I know our time is brief here. You're very in demand at a conference like this, but I want to get your thoughts on two stocks that you're seen as an authority on. Nvidia sold off big on its earnings.
Yes.
To me, the numbers look good. I get the concern around guidance. What's your reaction to that quarter?
Yeah. Yes, we've reworked our models, and we have never said Nvidia is going to be a bad stock. What we have said is we think that the bigger AI plays, now that Nvidia, or let's say back 6 months ago when it was near its zenith, we were saying back then, there are companies out there people don't even understand are the most important AI plays and share gainers in the software space and in the embodied AI space, the physical space. Think Tesla, which is robots, energy storage, AI. So we were very much focused on who Nvidia was enabling. Now we're taking a closer look after this drop. What we are seeing is the hyperscalers themselves are all trying to build out their own chips. Nvidia still has the lion's share. Even in our model, we battle tested it, dropping it from 80% share in GPUs down to 40% in the next 5 years, and taking its margin structure back down into the 60s, the gross margins from the 70s. We still get a north of 20% compound annual rate of return now. But I think many investors are just asking that question, wait a minute, are they going to lose share? Whether it's to AMD or to their largest customers.
Not Intel.
No, not Intel. But Amazon has Graviton and Trainium. Google has the TPU. Microsoft, Meta, they are evolving their own chips. So this market won't be Nvidia's alone, but all praise to Nvidia for the incredible opportunities it has created. It really got the AI revolution going, and we think it's still going to play a mighty role. We do own it in many of our funds.
So Nvidia to you is still a growth stock?
Yes.
Still a growth stock. Lastly, before we let you go, Tesla. I remember talking to you about Tesla 3 years ago out of my kitchen during the pandemic. So let me reconnect with you on Tesla. Now, sales have come under pressure. Overseas, namely. Some would say it's because Elon Musk has gotten close to the president. Are you still bullish on Tesla given what we have seen with Tesla sales this year?
So obviously, the economy, I think one of the biggest things going on is the global economy is extremely weak. And sure, there are these political considerations, but we're split right down the middle. For every hater, you have someone on the other side. So I have no idea about that. But the two things that are going to happen this year, so this is not 5 years out, mañana, this year, they're going to, in the first half of the year, release their low-cost vehicle. Could be $25,000. No one, except in China, and the Chinese companies are not being allowed in here, but no one in the EV market in the US is going to come close to that. We think that's going to drive demand. The Model Y refresh, I went to go exchange my Model Y, which is on hardware 3, to a new Model Y with hardware 4 for full self-driving perfection. And what I love about Tesla, I go to the showroom and he said, oh, no, you don't buy that now. We're putting out a whole new refresh line, which, by the way, I knew and I don't know what I was thinking, and But this is what they're telling customers. That's the right thing to do. So first thing is that low-cost car. I think there's a lot of pent-up demand. The second thing is autonomous. They're launching in Austin in June.
The robo-taxi.
Robo-taxi. Yes, robo-taxi. In the vernacular. So yes, they're launching in June in Austin. They just announced yesterday they'd like to start a ride-hail service in California. The regulators are tougher there. So I now think they're going to start seeding every state. And their FSD, according to our calculations, will be, their robo-taxis will be safer in the fourth quarter than human drivers are. Waymo is, that would be a critical intervention every 700,000 miles. We think they get there. And they're only at 10,000 now. That gives you an idea of how explosive AI is, right? Waymo's at 400,000. So we think they're going to have a cheaper car and a better autonomous robo-taxi experience.
Still sound bullish to me on Tesla.
Yes.
Cathie Wood, CEO of Ark Invest. Always nice to get some time. Good to see you in person for a change.
Yay,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you soon.